the chubby superhero himself, Cory Booker. So, this is from The Intercept. Cory Booker joined Senate Republicans to kill measure to import cheaper medicine from Canada. But wait a minute. Cory Booker? You mean the congressman who kicks down doors and rescues old women? Who, shovels snow and who stopped a burglar? That Cory Booker? The progressive, light Obama Cory Booker? Yes, that Cory Booker. The same Cory Booker that also got nearly $300,000 from the drug companies. That guy. The same Cory Booker that have a ton of drug companies in his area, in his district. Yes, that Cory Booker. Anytime you see a vote that doesn't coordinate with the person's stated values, there has to be a reason. And this vote even got Republicans and Democrats. And to some degree, Cory Booker was one of the votes that killed the bill. Let me explain. Bernie Sanders introduced a very simple symbolic amendment Wednesday night, urging the federal government to allow Americans to purchase pharmaceutical drugs from Canada, where they are considerably cheaper. The Senate voted down the amendment 52-46 with 2 senators not voting. Unusually, the vote was not purely along party lines. 13 Republicans joined Sanders and a majority of Democrats in supporting the amendment, while 13 Democrats and a majority of the Republicans opposed it. One of those Democrats was New Jersey's Cory Booker, who is considered a rising star in the party and a possible 2020 presidential contender. Hey, guess what? Not anymore, he's not. I guarantee he's not. So think of it this way. We bar Medicare we bar government from bargaining with prescription drugs. Meaning that whatever they sell us the drug price for, that's how much the drug price is. So we get hit with a full price. Canada and many of the other Western nations are smart enough and not as corrupt, and so they allow bargaining with those drugs. The bill was pretty straightforward. We would like to import drugs into the United States from Canada in order to drop the price of drugs. That's it. That's it. There's nothing else to the bill. I've read it myself. That's it. Let me read Cory Booker's statement. In a statement to the media after the vote, Booker's office said he supports the importation of prescription drugs, but that, quote, any plan to allow the importation of prescription medications should also include consumer protections that ensure foreign drugs meet American safety standards. I opposed an amendment put forward last night that didn't meet this test. Here's the thing, and this is one of those political lies. That's true. That wasn't there before. I mean, it is technically true. But the majority of those drugs coming from Canada are from American companies. Also, is Cory Booker really making the argument that Canadians are dying in the streets from bad drugs? Is that the argument that Cory Booker is trying to make? Look, this is absolutely nothing to do with safety and health and everything to do with these guys getting paid from companies that don't want to see drug costs lowered. It's that simple. If I'm a drug company, what is my vested interest? My vested interest as a capitalist drug company is to make as much money as I possibly can make. How do you do that? You do that by keeping drug costs high. If you're importing drugs from Canada, a la Bernie Sanders, then it's going to drop the costs. But that's the point, to drop the costs. Cory Booker is like, ugh. My donors, man. My donors, they're paying me not to do that. I can't do that. You're going to hurt my ability to run in 2020. Here's the thing, Cory Booker. You would never become president of the United States. I guarantee you. Never going to happen. I would mark this shit in stone. And this is why. After Bernie ran, a web was created. Just a bunch of people throughout the United States. With one thread that connected everybody together. For the most part, Bernie Sanders. And it wasn't just Bernie, it was the ideals. It was this idea of, well, yeah, we can have a government that's, we put all this money in taxes and everything else. Well, we should get services back for those taxes. So if I'm paying taxes, hey, let's use my tax money to pay for healthcare. Let's use my tax money to actually put my kids in school. That makes perfect sense to me, as opposed to just spending trillions on the military and killing other people. That makes sense. In this case, Cory Booker, quote-unquote Democrat, quote-unquote progressive Democrat, not so much. And look, what makes it so bad, this bill came up before and was shot down by a bunch of Democrats. So initially, when this came up earlier for the Affordable Care Act, a provision was put through to forbid that process, the very amendment that Sanders was trying to put through. They killed it because Democrats and Obama were scared that the drug companies would come out against the law if they thought that their profits would be hit. It had nothing to do with you as an American citizen. It had everything to do with their profits. And that's the truth of it. And the thing is, at some point, you ask me why I don't like Democrats. This is why I don't like Democrats. They're hypocrites. And at the end of the day, they would say one thing and do something completely different when their donors are paying them to do that thing that's different. This was a gimme. That was easy. You had Republicans and you had Democrats, and both of them were willing to do it. Cory Booker, along with, 12 other Democrats? Yeah. 13 other Democrats opposed it. Good job, Cory Booker. Your career is going to end in the Senate, and I guarantee you will never be president of this country.